Good morning everyone, it's Dave here from davestravellpages.com, and today I'm going to take you for a walk around the archaeological site of Delphi. Here we go. So I'm staying in a campsite which is about 4 kilometres away from the site itself, but it's right near an old processional path. So I'm going to follow the old processional path to Delphi, and once I'm there I'll take you around the different areas of the site. From where I'm staying, I'm following this canal along, and that's the view out to my right there. That's olive trees, and over there's the coast. And I cycled up from there yesterday. And the campsite is behind me here. So I've been told to look out for a dot. So that is a dot. And it looks like there's a path over there to my left with a little sign, only in Greek. And it's a little bit of an overgrown path. So I'm going to go and see if that leads up to Delphi. The path hasn't been particularly confusing so far, but there are a couple of rocks with this little symbol on, just to keep you on track. Looks like I'm at the part where the path meets the town. Probably just a little way further to go to the road. I need to remember this for the road back down, so I'm going to walk back down as well. Who knew that a day off cycling would involve a 10-kilometre hike at some point? So the time's 9:20 and I'm just heading towards the Archaeological Museum. Originally I was going to head towards the archaeological site first and try and get there before all the tour buses, which get there at 10. But as it is, I don't think it really matters. I've got all day anyway, so I can just wait for crowds to come and go and sit down and in the shade and enjoy myself. So I think I'm going to start in the Archaeological Museum, check that out, and then move on to the sites from there. So I've got the combined ticket for €12. I'm going to start off with the Archaeological Museum.
The museum at Delphi is one of the most important in Greece. It houses an extensive collection of artifacts which were unearthed during the excavations of the Delphi sanctuary area. Many of the artifacts, such as these helmets here, were originally left as offerings to the various deities that were worshipped in the area, as well as offerings to the oracle itself. There are 14 exhibit rooms in the museum, which feature sculptures, statues and other objects which were offered both to the oracle as well as fragments from the sacred buildings. Exploring the museum, you start to learn about the oracle's political, religious and artistic significance throughout the ages, as well as the function of the Delphi sanctuary sites. The museum thankfully has plenty of benches if you want to pause and consider some of the exceptional relics, and there is also a cafe outside where you can recharge with a cup of coffee. I highly recommend visiting the Delphi Museum before the site itself, as it presents a chance to understand what it is you're about to see.
Leaving the museum at 10:30, and I think I'm going to head for the coffee shop and then go to the archaeological sites themselves. So this is the entrance to one of the Delphi sites.
The archaeological complex of Delphi is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's a pan-Hellenic sanctuary where the oracle of Apollo spoke and was the site of Amphilos, the navel of the world. Blending harmoniously with the superb landscape and charged with sacred meaning, Delphi in the 6th century BC was indeed the religious centre and symbol of unity of the ancient Greek world. The site is believed to have been in use from the 2nd millennium BC. It was from the 8th century BC onwards that the religious and political influence over Greece began to increase. At the same time, its fame and prestige spread throughout the whole of the then known world, which meant that pilgrims came from the site from all over the known world to receive an oracle from Pythia, who was the priestess of Apollo. This is a place of intangible heritage, with Delphi at the centre of the world in the eyes of the ancient Greeks. According to myth, it was the meeting point of two eagles released by Zeus, one to the east and one to the west. The magnificent monumental complex is a human-made environment in perfect harmony with the rare natural environment, the principal features of which gave rise to the organisation of the cults. This harmonious relationship, which has remained undisturbed from ancient times to the present day, makes Delphi a unique monument and a priceless legacy bequeathed by the ancient Greek world to following generations. Delphi is most commonly visited as a day trip from Athens. You can take organised tours or, like myself, you can just walk around yourself at your own pace. Doing it this way means that you can avoid most of the tourist crowds which do turn up. The site is divided into several different areas. This is the main complex area, which features the Temple of Apollo. In addition to the Temple of Apollo, there are also other significant buildings and structures, such as the amphitheatre, and when you walk slightly higher up, there is also a stadium. Sometimes the guided tours don't take you as high as the stadium. This is a little bit of a shame, because I think it's worthwhile making the trip up there. Unfortunately, at the moment, they don't let you go inside the stadium as they do with ancient Olympia. Hopefully that will change one day.
The time's 12 o'clock and just leaving the main archaeological site, and now I'm going down to the secondary sites, which I may not need to show the ticket for to get into. It's very, very beautiful up there, and not too many tourists. It's the end of September, but it's yeah, it's very nice.
About a mile to the southeast of the main complex, and on the other side of the road, is the Sanctuary of Athena Pronaia. The sanctuary is most recognised for its circular temple, or tholos. When comparing the two areas of Delphi, I much prefer this one. Perhaps it's because there's generally not as many tourists there, or perhaps it's even got a better setting. To find out more about visiting Delphi, please check out the description down below. Thumbs up the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers for now.